guys, the Super Review Show for another episode of Rock Talk. This is the show where I break down albums that are either have an anniversary or they're just that good and you have to listen to them. Now, given the fact that I've touched on a lot of mainstream artists and whatnot and mainstream albums for the most part, I know earlier I did a video on, not too long ago I did a video on Paul McCartney's Egypt Station, which I recommend you listen to no matter what. It's a great album. Fantastic record. It's start to finish a great album. I want to touch on a band that came out in 1985, and you would not think that if you watch my videos long enough, you understand, like, oh, well, why would he listen to them? I'm going to talk to you guys straight up. I'm talking about Extreme. The band formed in 1985, and I have one album by them. I'm going to talk about them in a second, but this is mainly the album I want to talk about. But just really quick, Extreme is a really, really great 80s hard rock band. Long story short, I refuse to use the term hair metal because hair metal described how they looked and not how the music was. I mean, look, I've gone on episodes of Rock Talk before about Nirvana, about how Nirvana's Nevermind and Pearl Jam's tend to basically shut out albums like this. The one I want to mention, but this band took a big hit with grunge coming out. So, but this album if you want to get into like hard rock from the 80s, like less because there's mainstream ones. There's Bon Jovi, there's Def Leppard, there's Motley Crue, there are Cinderella, Rat, Poison. That's a lot of the big ones. One that I feel gets overlooked a little bit is Extreme. I bought Extreme 2, Pornographitti. It's the name of the title. I'm not trying to say anything in particular, but this album is great. It came out in 1990, and it was brilliant. And I've listened to this album from start to finish on my LP, my turntable. And I gotta tell you, for an 80s hard rock band, it's really good. It's a really good record. With Decadent Dance, I think it's in Decadence Dance, Little Jack Horny, When I'm President, Get the Funk Out, More Than Words, I'll get to in a second, Money, In God We Trust, Wholehearted. That's end of side 1. Side 2 is It's a Monster, Pornographitti, When I First Kissed You, Susie, What Her All Day What? Yeah. He-Man, Woman Hater, and Song for Love. This album is a really great record, truthfully. And the album cover is incredible. It is called Extreme 2. It's their second record. Came out in 1990. It has the only number one hit song they've ever had on here. They had other hits on this record, but it was their number one hit record was with More Than Words. More Than Words is for such a hard rock, like heavy metal, almost heavy metal album. The fact that this album had an acoustic ballad that's 5 minutes and 30 seconds long. I love the song More Than Words. It's a brilliant song. It has a lot of. It was kind of like in the vein of Guns N' Roses' Patience, where hair metal, hard rock. Patience comes out, right? Or Green Day. Good Riddance, Time of Your Life, acoustic ballad. For some reason, acoustic ballads tend to do well with hard rock groups or punk rock groups in Green Day's case. This record, though, Extreme 2, Pornographitti, is fantastic. And I only knew it for More Than Words, but then I wanted to get it. I heard a couple of songs on Spotify. I'm like, let me check out Wholehearted. Let me check out Get the Funk Out. Let me check out It's a Monster, the title track, Pornographitti. Let me check out some of these songs. And I really liked what I heard. You would not think, I actually was doubting myself. It's an 80s hard rock, man. I like Guns N' Roses. I like early Bon Jovi stuff as well, Def Leppard. Some Motley Crue. I was hesitant to get into it, but I really got into it, and it's a really good record. I am trying to do, just on a side note, I am going to go see Aerosmith's 50th anniversary show later this year at Fenway Park. I haven't got tickets yet, but I'm going to go. It's in Boston. I'm in New York. I'm going to Boston. I got it. But it's at Fenway Park. And who's opening up for Aerosmith is Extreme. And I was like, all right, well, listen, if I'm going to go see Aerosmith and I'm going to see opening act with Extreme, I might as well get used to their songs and their music. And this record was great. This record, from start to finish, is a masterpiece. I didn't think that I would ever get to like an album as good as a whole album like this. But because the thing with 80s hard rock in general is that a lot of people know like the hit singles, Living on a Prayer, Pour Some Sugar on Me, Girls, 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 Dr. Feelgood, Talk Dirty to Me, Every Rose Has Its Thorn, or even to some extent, I Was Made for, no, not I Was Made for Love You, Lick It Up by Kiss, or Tears Are Falling by Kiss, or Crazy Crazy Nights by Kiss. It kind of fit that late 80s hard rock vibe. And I refuse to call it hair metal because it's not, to me personally, hair metal describes the look compared to the music. I say that because the music was actually really good at the time, and then grunge hit, and then everything else took over. But the albums like this got lost in the shuffle. I mean, Extreme took a huge hit with grunge. And because they had a number one hit with More Than Words in 1990. By 1992, grunge was hitting hard. So they were like, what do we do? They're still a band. They're still functioning. They're still touring. They're appearing at a couple festivals and whatnot, as far as I know, later this year. But they're also appearing at Aerosmith's 50th anniversary show because they're from Boston, Massachusetts. Man, I didn't think that this record would be as good as it is. Because I'm just not familiar with it. And I was like, let me give it a shot. I listened to the record on Spotify. Then I had to buy an LP. This is not an original LP pressing, though. This is a 2013 reprint, which is fine. But overall, like, as someone who's not a big... I still like Bon Jovi. I love Bon Jovi. I love Def Leppard. I like Motley Crue. I like Poison, Rat. They're big hits, whatever, back in the day. But I'm all open to change, and when grunge hit, that was the new thing. So I fully understand where they were coming from. But anyways, Extreme 2, Pornographitti. I gotta tell you, it's a really great album. If you have not heard it, because I looked at Spotify, the only song that's really, 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 really popular by Extreme in general is More Than Words. The song itself is fantastic, but it's the only acoustic rock song on this album. Where the rest of the album is like hard rock, in the vein of Def Leppard, Poison, stuff like that. But if you're looking to get into another band, I mean, try Extreme 2, guys. It's a really great record. Highly recommend you check it out. If I had to rank it, like rate it wise, I would give it a solid 8 out of 10. Because they're More Than Words. Of course, it was number one hit. It exploded them, and then forever that they're associated with that song. But there's other songs on this album that are just really just that good. You got to check them out. So anyways, that will do it today for Rock Talk. Check out Extreme 2's Pornographitti. I highly recommend you check it out. It's a really great record. If you're interested in, like, if you like Def Leppard, like Hysteria, if you like Motley Crue from the 80s, if you like early Bon Jovi, you'll like this record. If you're not a fan of that, give it a shot, because More Than Words was the only number one hit. And Wholehearted did chart number 4, but everyone forgets Wholehearted because More Than Words was the acoustic number 1 that it was. So there's that. But I digress. What do you guys think? Have you heard of this album, Extreme? Have you heard More Than Words? Have you heard some of the other songs on this record, such as Get the Funk Out, When I'm President, or Wholehearted? Jump down in the comment section below. Please share your thoughts on this and share your love of Extreme with me. I'd love to see what you guys have to say about this. But for all of your Rock Talk episodes, keep locked on the Super Review Show. The J-Man, it's off to rock. We'll see you guys later.